People believe that the paranormal and science are separate. But what they don't know, that they are both joined together as one. Join Ben and Louisa on their quest as they bring together science, occult, and the paranormal, only on Occult, History, and Science with Ben and Lou.
Hello, everybody. It is I, Gro. Sorry. What are you laughing at? It's not bad. Yes. How are we all doing out there? I am still very tired, so I think this is more of an afterburn of energy that's left. Hi, Kate. I thought your show was on tonight, Kate. Or am I lost track of time completely and utterly? She's on doing a show with, yeah.
What's she doing?
I'm trying to think of the bloody channel. I know the channel. It's got.
Oh, Paranormal History.
That's the one, Paranormal and History. But yeah. So hello everybody and welcome along. I apologise. Well, I'm not even going to start and apologise, but last week I just had.
It's been moved to tomorrow. I've just popped on Paranormal History.
Yes.
And yeah, it's tomorrow, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah, it's moved to tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
Go check out Kate's show with Scott.
That's all gone.
Yep.
At 9 p.m.
Go check that out tomorrow, guys. I'm sure we'll put an advert up for it because Scott and Kate are very good friends of ours. Kate is a member of the team, even though she has turned coat and joined Scott's team. We won't forget that. Preston, I have got the alchemy book that you required. I'm going to transfer the photos. I'm going to remember to do it tomorrow. This week has just been a washout for me, guys, due to family death. So it has completely wiped me out. It's still wiped me out, but unfortunately, life is life. We have to carry on. But yes. So tonight, with me as well, because I've got a terrible cold. Lou is here. She is off screen currently. She is not feeling the best, bless her.
Hello.
She is resting outside, and she is going to poke me with a large stick if I start to ramble.
Wonderful.
Now, to get on with.
Where's the other one?
I only guess on PhD, the team audio. Bless you. For those of you who are unaware, I am going to be stepping up with Kate soon. As soon as I finish doing my last bit of research on the paradox stuff for this series, me and Kate are going to be doing an ancient alien short series. If not, probably turn into a ridiculously long series. Lou's going to be subjected to watch a few ancient. And went off and on them. Sorry about that, guys. Lou's going to get subjected to a few ancient alien shows to watch to see what she thinks. And the three of us will be discussing live on Sunday's show about what we have found. Try and drag Damon along. It just depends on obviously when he's working or not. So, paradoxes. This has been an interesting one. I have a lot of paradoxes. Today, I'm starting with the most famous one that we all know. You will know it because everyone has heard it. It is called the grandfather paradox. And I will show you when I find the right thing because we know I'm terribly disorganized. This is a template showing the grandfather paradox. That is really, really small to see.
Oh, hang on.
Sorry, guys.
Thanks, man.
I probably should have made that a little bigger because even I can't read it. So,
We'll put it on the page after.
yeah, sorry, that kind of massively backtracked. Instead, now you've just got a real good close up on my head. So basically, as you can, in fact, actually, while you're all here, if you do have Instagram and you can see the Physics Lovers Instagram page up there, go on the page. It is absolutely brilliant. There's loads of scientific stuff on there, and they come up with the most brilliant questions, brilliant answers. And in fact, this is the one that actually started me off wanting to do the paradox series. So, grandfather paradox. We'll start at the beginning. Well, I say beginning, it's an infinite circle that repeats itself constantly. This is what makes it a paradox. So, you're born, you create a time machine, you go back in time, as everyone does.
You want to?
That's better. Thank
You
you.
have to kind of go so close to the screen.
Yes, I shall remove this if everyone has seen it now, and I will explain it as we go. Sorry, guys. Next one, I'll make sure that it takes over the screen so we can all see it. So, the grandfather paradox in its basic loosest term. You're born. You create a time machine. You go back in time. You kill your grandfather, either on purpose or by accident. This leads to your father not being born, which then leads to you not being born. Leads to you not creating a time machine, making so you can't go back in time, which keeps your granddad alive.
But then your dad's born, isn't
But then your dad's born,
it?
you're born.
Ah.
Yeah. So this is what's known as a grandfather paradox. There is technically no end to it. Now, the fact that this itself exists as a paradox is brilliant because it makes you think and question absolute everything. Now, there is another paradox that goes along with that one, and that is going back in time paradox. I'm sort of going to kill two paradoxes with one stone here. Because you have also what's known, I call it, and people don't call me a geek for this, but I don't care. I call it the Terminator paradox. There is actually a proper paradox name for it. And that is along the same lines as the grandfather paradox, but a lot of it use one person, for example, that you go back in time and you kill Hitler. Stopping, in a sense, stopping World War II. However, in stopping that, you've created a paradox because all the events leading up to you being born, in a sense, come from the war starting. So again, it's like the grandfather paradox, but it's not. So this is the best way is just to ask everyone that's out there, has everyone seen at least one of the Terminator films?
Yes. I've seen a few.
That's because you're an Arnie fan. Then.
What?
You're an Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, aren't
I
you?
think that's I don't even know.
Arnie fan.
I don't even know what you said. I couldn't say that. So.
Lou's a secret Arnold Schwarzenegger fan.
He owns a mini pony and a mini donkey, and they run around his house.
Yeah.
That is living.
It also makes date night, film night awesome. Yeah. So everyone's seen Terminator. So it's the best way of using it as a reference for the other grandfather paradox. Basically, they go, a Terminator is sent back in time by Skynet to kill Sarah Connor. So yeah, it's the same sort of thing as being sent back in time to kill Hitler. You instantly recreate a different timeline. That in itself shapes with the grandfather paradox. Yeah. That's right.
That's my word, just all over again.
As it always does at this time of night. Sorry guys, my brain, because I've got a burst of energy at the minute, my brain is just rotated. Half side's working on one thing, this side's working on another. So everyone sort of understands what I mean by you going back in time and changing. So it was the best example to explain. I've basically used another paradox to explain a paradox. So, with the grandfather paradox, is an unbreakable one. You basically get stuck in a loop where it's constantly going. You're having exactly the same because no matter what you do, you're inadvertently going to try and rewrite the paradox. The dogs are going nuts at the minute, guys. Sorry about that. So, that paradox is an infinite rotation, basically, because you can't technically go back and kill your grandfather, because you will cease to exist. So in doing so creates this loop where it can't really work. Sorry, I'm trying to explain this the best I can, and it's little. Yeah, but I'm trying. Yeah. Sorry, guys. As Lou's just said, have you all got the grandfather paradox? I'm assuming you have, because you're all smart, and I just end up trying to complicate and explain everything down to a level. What about Back to the Future films? Right. Okay. We'll go on. We'll shift on to the other Terminator. Yeah. The Terminator and the Back to the Future ones are exactly the same. The Back to the Future one, believe it or not, actually, let me start again. Terminator 1 and Back to the Future actually are two different paradoxes. They explain their own paradoxes. So Terminator, obviously, we know gets sent back in time, and that's how that one is. So we'll leave that for a second. We'll go on to what Kate said, which is, what about the Back to the Future films? I'm assuming everyone's seen Back to the Future. If not, go watch it. It's freaking awesome. It's got all the predictions wrong, but it's absolutely awesome. So basically, they go back in time and inadvertently change things. But when he comes back to the present day, the changes are still in place because they are so subtle. And by the end of the films, basically everything that happened in the future is completely written out, completely wiped out, because what? Yeah, I want my Hoover, but it's because there's a crack right in the way. I was like, why do you want a Hoover board? Sorry, man. Sorry. Yeah, everyone wants a hoverboard. They're awesome. I'm so sorry, guys. There's literally a crack right there, and Luke can verify this one.
Yes,
Covering
there
it.
is a crack.
It just but yeah, technologically, for example, the hoverboard in there, when he goes to the future and then goes back to the past, technically that shouldn't happen. Luke, can we get him a coffee? You don't want me on coffee, man. No caffeine. This is without caffeine. I'm twice as bad with caffeine.
Let's give you a glass of champagne instead. That's just funny.
No, we don't give Ben a glass of champagne.
Yeah, give Ben a glass of champagne.
I just completely off subject, so everyone understands why Lou's saying this. One glass of champagne, not even a glass of champagne, one mouthful of champagne, I'm away with the fairies. I'm gone.
Like literally dancing, skipping around.
Literally, completely and utterly gone. And I embarrassed myself on our first date by having a glass of champagne.
Oh, so cute, romantic.
Work. She stuck with me just out of pity for the. That's the only reason she's still with me. That's why she married me. It's just out of pity. Oh, Kate, you have to. Can we address the elephant in the room? How is the beard doing? It's there. It's just a thing at the minute.
Yeah, it's neglected.
It's been massively neglected at the minute. I've not done anything with it at all this week. What champagne was it, Ben? Doesn't matter. It literally just champagne. And I mean by French champagne. I'm not on about like the crap champagne. It literally has to be proper champagne. Don't know what it is. If any champagne that's from anywhere, but
No, champagne to be called champagne.
Has to
They'll
come
be
from-
gone from a certain grape variety.
yeah, believe it or not, it has to be from France as well. If it's champagne from anywhere, it's called something else.
Or whatever it's come from.
Mm,
Like fruit, agave,
yeah, that's the one.
sparkling.
Yeah.
Occultology.
Anyway, hi, Auntie Sarah. Anyway, completely off subject. What's that? I love Bolly. Yeah. What? It's a battle of mercy next year. No, no. I can't physically drink it. Thanks, I feel better for asking. Oh. Can we stop the obsession with my beard? Right. So, going now from that to the Terminator paradox. Anyone watching this back is just going to wonder what the hell we're like rambling at. The Terminator paradox. The Terminator paradox. Now, this shows, in a sense, the proper way of a paradox, but it doesn't as well. So, obviously, the futures happen. They send someone back in time to kill the mother of. It's basically the grandfather paradox, but it's not. It's got like a mixture of three different paradoxes. So you've got the grandfather paradox there, where, in a sense, they have to constantly keep trying and sending these machines back to kill Sarah Connor. Even my brain just completely skipped out there. So that's the grandfather paradox there, constantly on the go. But because it's different and they fail, it basically becomes what's known as a loop in time. So certain events have to always happen. So even though Connor doesn't die, technically, when he gets to the war, which is inevitably going to happen because it has to happen so that the Terminator can be sent back, and that, in a sense, starts the whole ball rolling. That is what's known as an event, a nexus event, basically, that has to constantly happen. But in it happening, it creates, in a sense, because every time they stop it happening, it can technically create what's known as the multiverse paradox, because it's creating multiple universes at the same time. So this is where these paradoxes get really, really, really bloody confusing. Because once they start changing things, you change the line that you're going on. So you can never go back to the events before, because you technically have changed them completely and utterly.
So what would happen if you had Martin McFly and the Doctor versus Terminator?
Terminator will kill them both.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
I believe in the Doctor.
It's got no guns.
Not bad. It's got crazy hair and something.
Okay. Okay. For those of you who didn't hear that, this is the question to you all. Who would win in a fight? Marty McFly and, is it Doc Brown? Doc Brown or the Terminator? This is a question from Lou.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Random ass fact as well for you. Did you know Rick and Morty is actually based on Doc Brown and Marty McFly? You've not seen it, have you? Yeah? It's not your sense of humour. Isn't it part of the Rick? Yeah. That's the thing. The grandfather paradox, when you look into it, expands out into quite a lot of other paradoxes. This is why I've started with this one, because people know of the grandfather paradox, but they don't know how it just explodes into basically. Sorry, guys. It explodes into every other paradox. There's a part of the grandfather paradox in every single time traveling paradox, in a sense. And this show is not; these series are not going to be pure based on time paradox theories, because there's other paradoxes that I want to look at as well, because some of them are very, very interesting. I won't forget. I wonder when they reboot Back to the Future. I bet there'll be a series rather than a film. I really hope they don't. Honestly, I really, really, really hope they don't reboot it. Some things just need to be left alone. I can't understand why on earth they're rebooting Harry Potter when it's literally just finished.
Nominate.
Yeah, but it's stupid.
What on it?
Yeah. Oh, think you got your answer here from there. It would heavily depend on the situation. If the doc had time to plan, then there is a chance they could beat a Terminator, depending on the model that's sent after them. But as a random encounter, almost any Terminator would win. Yeah. My money's on a T-1000. Gone. Which Terminator film did you like? Did it have the Silver Man in it? It was liquid.
That's a lot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're doing for a date night. Terminator, gin, and steaks. Sorry, guys. Kate agrees. Tasha, we need to get you on the show, girl. Yeah, honestly, I'm quite happy to get people on the show. Honestly, you guys want to come on a Sunday show? Get on. We would debate anything. I have an open door for anyone to come on and debate. If you want to come on now and debate for a bit, you can do when it comes to the time paradoxes. Awesome. Big shout out to Jim. Last night was amazing. I know it's completely off subject. We were out with him last night at the old Nick Theatre. I'm good. I actually remembered where we were, even though I was very, very tired by the end of it. Brilliant place, brilliant investigation. Jim, we are going to get on the show when he's free, but he is a man, a myth, and a legend all on one. He disappears into the night, and that's all you hear. Is you see him get dead excited at some gadget going off, and he's gone. And that's it. Like a shadow. Bless him. He is awesome. Here at the other dimension, we do have a lot of time and respect for Jim, because he is one of the most honest guys you will ever meet. There's a rumor of a fourth Back to the Future. I know that there's been a few rumors, isn't there? But I think the player who played Doc Brown, I think, has retired from filming, and the guy who is it Michael J. Fox who plays Martin McFly? He's got Parkinson's, hasn't he? Bless him. Even though he's got Parkinson's, he still constantly goes out. It'd be interesting to see another one with the original cast, but don't mind always. Yeah, I'll jump on now and chat about this. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to set it all up. We're going to get proper debate nights going as well. Question: how does one resolve the grandfather paradox? Now, how do you resolve the grandfather paradox is one of the main questions of the theory. How would you do it? Honestly, because if you think you've got a constant circle going of you just constantly thinking, right, I'm going to go and do this, how would you stop? And you'll be surprised, because it'll give you the most simplest answer. You literally just stop. If anyone has watched a film called The Time Machine, prime example there, you just stop. Just stop working on it. Just stop traveling. Honestly, that's it. Thing with time paradox, the thing with the time paradoxes is it states no matter where you go on the time paradox, Once you start that journey, you cannot stop it unless you physically stop. You'd have to physically destroy the machine in a sense. It's one of them weird ones. In fact, speaking of even Matt, me and Matt have had this chat many times at training. Matt, we're talking about the grandfather paradox and how breaking the time flux would go. With something like Groundhog Day, I feel that there is that chance you could remember enough to break the loop, but then chance of doing it all over. Groundhog Day is a different kind of time paradox because it's selective of an hour. So like 24-hour paradoxes, that's time resetting. It's not time travel. Same. I'm really sure I'm a geek, Sam. I don't care. In Stargate, the same thing happens. They get stuck in a time loop when time resets every 12 hours. They have to go and break it because it's a machine that's doing. But the difference is time is constant like that, then you know it's sort of you know that it's happening. The grandfather paradox, once you've done the event, in a sense, you are stuck there because time is relative. So you are basically, once you've done the grandfather paradox, you are stuck then in a multiverse paradox where you basically just carry on existing. It's a weird scenario. That's the thing. The grandfather paradox isn't really explained well enough to have a full scientific. It's basically there just as a hypothesis. Hypothesis. Tongue stuck out of my mouth. Sorry, guys. It's there as a hypothesis. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name. We'll leave it at that. I found a word that I can't actually mention. I happened to do it live on TV, live on the channel. I can't speak. Why? Yeah.
I got it.
But I think I remember that. Yeah, it's basically. Yeah, the episode was a really good one. You can type it in Google and find it. Honestly, just watch. If you've never watched Stargate, go watch it anyway. It's awesome. But if you watch the episode there, it explains it quite well. Problematic term to close the conceptually escape the paradox. Exactly. Yeah. The thing is, you are creating a paradox and not realizing you're creating a paradox because time is relevant to the person observing. So if you basically go and kill your grandfather, you're not just suddenly going to go and that's it. You disappear. You are going to carry on. And then you've created, from that paradox, you've created a multiverse. You've created your own different section where you're going off on a different path. So it leads into another paradox. And your whole existence then becomes part of a different paradox. And it goes somewhere else. This is the problem. All paradox, the grandfather paradox just leads into other paradoxes. It's a frigging nightmare. Yeah. As you would create a duplicate. Yeah. In a sense, yeah, you can end up creating doubles. Basically, your timeline wouldn't change. Your timeline is only a straight line for yourself. Sorry, guys. Your time lead is only straight line for you. You must have been born for you to commit the crime, even if you. Yeah, exactly. Where am I reading, Kate? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's perfectly right there. Problematic terms closing. Yeah. That's the thing. As soon as you break that circulation, you basically create it. And like I said, as soon as you've done the act, you've broken it in a sense, but you don't realise you've broken it because you can't go back. You then the grandfather paradox basically makes you think that you would then go. You've gone back in time to kill your grandfather. You've then gone forward, realised with putting all the paradoxes aside, you kill your grandfather. You then go back to your timeline. So we're just going to have to ignore scientifically. Go back in time to the exact moment you left. Carry on your life. The idea is at that point that no one knows who you are because you technically have never existed. So then you jump back in the time machine to arrive right at the moment where you have just to stop yourself from killing your grandfather, thus creating another massive paradox. But then the first one has to happen so the second one can happen. And once you've saved your grandfather, then you can go back to your normal life and carry on. So you're basically creating like a figure of eight in a sense to get back to where you are. So you've not really done anything. You've come up here, killed your granddad, then gone crap, gone back to your timeline, gone crap, need to undo this, come back round, undone it, which has then brought you back round to your circle. If everyone's got me on that, you're technically not moving anywhere in time. You're just creating different timelines off. Yeah, like Matt said, how Loki did it with branching time. Yeah, exactly. Loki, I've just finished watching the first season. Brilliant explanation of how timelines happen and how you can get these breaches. But that's to do more with multiverse breaches that are brought back technically by a grandfather paradox, which is slightly weird. So how would you, as the killer of your own grandfather, continue in a paradox existence? You just carry on. You technically won't exist in that time either, but if you've still got your time machine, in a sense, you'd go back to your own time period, realizing that the timeline's changed. But, and like I say, you'd end up in that figure of eight. But yeah, you just carry on as normal. Sorry, Kate. Before that, I had to make two paragraphs. Let me go and have a look. Where we going? Oh, there it is. Yeah, sorry, Kate. So if that happened, then one would be born with one half potentially of the killer of killing your grandfather, giving your grandfather a one half probability of escaping death at her hand. Good enough. Yeah, it's basically that probability of would you, in a sense, if the timeline's set, would you go and do it again? It's that figure of eight again. That's the problem. The grandfather paradox isn't a circle, it's a figure of eight in time. Basically, everything's always going to bring you back to the same point of you not actually doing it. So how would you as yeah, sorry, I'm losing track of where I was on comments now. How is deja vu related at all? That's to do with the multiverse paradox, quantum entanglement. That's a whole different story. I'll give you the short version though, because we spoke about it not last week, the week before. Deja vu is basically the theory behind that on the scientific quantum level with the paradoxes is that at that moment in time, every single version of you throughout the whole existence of time is stood in that exact place for all your atoms to link up. Because technically, you should only get really deja vu of being in when it comes to being familiar with places once, because of the quantum entanglement. Timey-wimey, wibbly, yeah. Doctor Who basically describes the best thing when it comes to time. Might miss the answer, but I'll watch back. Gotta put. See you later. Exactly. I like the figure of eight concept. It is the best way of describing this. This is how I got described the grandfather paradox. It is literally a figure of eight because you suddenly realise you have to undo it, and you don't move anywhere in time. You do in a sense, but not in a sense. But we think that every decision we take creates creates the dimension that we live in. So every choice we have creates its own dimension. Yeah, it's the multiverse paradox, basically. That's what's known as the multiverse quantum paradox. I personally believe deja vu is due to inherited memory. Yeah. See, there's just with deja vu, there is 1,001 different theories to it, which is brilliant because it gets people thinking. Because scientifically, it's been shown that this sort of thing can happen, and that memories can be passed down genetically. For example, birds knowing where to go to nest every year, it's down to them genetically being passed down. And that deja vu could possibly be that someone in your life has stood in that exact spot, and your genetics is linking up to that, so you can see. Okay, I reckon we'll do it. Shall we do a show on deja vu? You up for that as well? Okay, me, you, and Lou will do a show on deja vu. We'll get everyone chatting about it. Obviously, let us know when you're free because you live in America and time's different. Sarah, bless her, love Doctor Who. Doctor Who's awesome. Time paradox with them. They're always interfering with paradox. Oh dear. So, while everyone's caught up in that box, I have a paradox for you all. And this is one I came across. It's not so much an interesting paradox when it comes to like how we're talking about time and that lot, but it's an awesome one that I told one of our friends, Andy Moore, last night, and it got him scratching his head out. I just want to say how amazing this group is. Let's show that up. Show that this group, as we all have our own ideas, we don't have to agree, but we all have. Yeah, that's the thing. You guys are awesome because there is never any arguments in the room. There's never any nasty behavior or anything. We all come here to debate healthily, and that is the best thing. We all get on. There's no disrespect to anyone whatsoever. It is brilliant. Paradox, my lip bleeds with no contact. That's just random. Right. So this is the paradox that has got my head scratching, and I told Liv, and she just told me to shut up, didn't you? She told me to shut up, and it was bedtime when I was reading it.
Yeah, no one needed food tonight.
Yeah. Totally agree, Matt. This community right here is awesome. I've always felt so safe, heard, and loved. Yeah, there's no debate. There's no judgment whatsoever. That's the best thing. That's why I love when we do these shows, because everyone quite happily just sits and talks about everything. You guys interact with me. It's brilliant. Lou sits here and judges me. Maybe your phone. I don't know. I know, guys, if you just see me, I don't know why I just started looking around for my phone to see if it's vibrating when I'm busy talking to you on it.
Yep.
Right. So, this is the paradox, and it's called the potato paradox. Now, bear with me. So, this is the example they give for the potato paradox. Fred brings home 100 kilograms of potatoes, which, brackets, being purely mathematical potatoes. So basically, just everything I'm saying is just in a mathematical term. So brought home 100 kilograms of potatoes, which consist of 99% water. Yeah. He then leaves them outside overnight so that they consist of 98% water. What is the new weight of these potatoes? Now, if you think you've got the answer, just put it in the comments, and then I'll explain what the actual answer is and how the paradox sort of works on a mathematical scale. No.
There's a random potato I turned up in our garden, by the way. There's nothing to do with you. It's down towards the bottom of the garden where it's got the trees down there. It's just a medium-sized potato. So.
No. Why? Why a potato? If it is theoretical zero, no. Like I say, it's going to confuse the hell out of people. 98.9 kilograms. See that? That makes sense in a sense. In a sense. Yeah. This I'm going to read through again now and then give you the answer because it was just weird as hell. So Fred brings home 100 kilograms of potatoes, which consists of 99% water. He then leaves them outside overnight so that they consist of 98% water. Hey, you've been on Wikipedia because that's where it is. Yeah, surprisingly, the answer is 50 kilograms. So dropping from 99% to 98% water, you've lost half its weight. Are they real potatoes? No, it's a mathematical equation, Matt. Oh dear. I've done this one before. I cheated. Yeah. Brilliant, Kate. You can help me explain it because it is just it doesn't make sense. I want mash now. Oh, go get some smash. I actually had a pot of mashed potato today that you just add water to, just boiling water to it.
Yeah,
like a porridge pot.
On his own and he got himself some mashed potato.
No, it doesn't make sense. I know it doesn't make sense. That's the thing. Okay. If the potatoes are 99% water, the dry mass is 1%. This means that the 100 kilograms of potato contains 1 kilogram of dried mass, which does not change as only the water evaporates. Yeah, basically, word for word of literally what I've got here, which, as Kate's just admitted, instead of like pulling the brainiest one here, bless her, has just described it perfectly. But it still doesn't add up, Kate. You have to admit, it still does not add up in any way, shape, or form. Don't know why I'm reaching for my mouse to try and change the comments on my phone. What's Lou Winfield? Stop letting Ben do food shopping. That's off my. In order to make the potato 98%, the dry mass must become 2% of the total weight, doubled what it was before. The amount of dry mass, 1 kilogram, remains unchanged. Yeah, Kate, I'm pretty sure, Kate, you're just copying and pasting that. So this can only be achieved by reducing the total mass of the potato, since the property that is dry mass must be doubled. The total mass of the potato must be hard, giving the answer 50%. Wikipedia copy and pasted pub quiz 2005. Brilliant. I thought it might be a bit of a pub quiz question that get used. It doesn't make sense. I hate it. Yeah, it doesn't. Even on mathematical level, it doesn't make sense. It is so annoying that it doesn't actually make sense. But well, that might be a good one to end, sort of bring the show to like a slow close. Slow close. Oh yeah. Sorry, guys. Hey, no, you're not going to poke me with needles. Don't poke me with needles. Needles are bad. Slightly worried, guys. Death staring me while she's got 3 needles. 4 needles. I just want to state for the record, Lou isn't like shooting off screen or anything. She's nicked.
Multi-needling.
Trust me, it's scary. And the lady of her life can sit there peacefully with 4 needles and just keep stabbing things constantly.
Yeah. It's like on that video, isn't it? You stab him, you strangle him, and throw him off the cliff.
What the hell are you on about?
It's the technique. It's when people are learning, you stab it, you strangle it, you do the girls, and then you throw them off the cliff.
Next week's show will be delivered by a Ouija board.
Well, oh yeah, rip out the guts. That's the bit, and then you throw them off the cliff. That's how they teach them: stab, strangle, rip out the guts, throw them off the cliff.
Bye, guys. Oh, the real question is: Are you wearing you potato if you are not following the Church of Good Potato? Are we now starting a new cult of like potato worshippers? Why does it always end up on food?
Because you brought up potatoes.
Yeah, but in a barrel. I want roast, like nice roasties.
Well, there's potatoes in the kitchen, and there's one random one floating around the garden. That's all you get.
Don't make it. Yeah, it doesn't. It honestly doesn't. I know I've got some dripping in the fridge as well. I could put over the potatoes to make them cook.
You've got roast dressing. Oh, there is actually stuff that as well in there.
Yeah. We're going to end up talking about potatoes in a minute and the best way of cooking them. Oh God, Raz has done that same sort of knitting, bloody witchcraft. I know it is, honestly. I think the other dimension should try the potato paradox. I'm only buying 1 kilogram of potatoes. We kind of stopped buying sacks of potatoes when we realised that Buster, who is called Spud, will actually go into the potato sack and take a potato out and start eating it.
We ought to fetch that one home from the garden. You might keep going out to snack on it. Might be his secret potato stash.
I think that's why we stopped calling him Spud, wasn't it?
No, it's because he's a little bud.
Yeah.
When he's a baby pop.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to try that experiment cake live. Sorry for my bad, guys. I have dyslexia. Yeah, you're all right, Matt. You know what? We're all the same. It was just reading it. My brain wasn't processing. Hi guys. Hope you're all great doing work. I'm at working. Charles, always a pleasure, mate. Always bless. Big shout out to Charles, bless him, because he misses the shows all the time, but he sits and watches them after. And Hugh, yeah. Big shout out to you guys. You always watch the shows after. Don't worry, we do watch you.
We do watch you.
We watch you. We do notice it. We're not watching you through the curtains or anything, making sure that you're watching. Sorry.
Creepy.
I, for one, welcome our new potato overlords. Jesus Christ. Oh, dear. I'm a fat kid, that's why. See, if you get down to 50 grams in the sun a few days. Yeah, but here's the thing. And this is where I'm going to make this paradox even worse, because obviously, potato paradox. What about if you do it with tomatoes? Obviously, some writing tomatoes, do they lose that much weight as well? Or can you only apply this paradox to potatoes? Or raisins? What about, oh, started me off now. My brain's gone again now. That doesn't work with raisins. What about cucumbers? Because cucumbers are like 98% bloody, what do you call it anyway, aren't they? Yeah, they're like 99% water. Wonder what they are when you dry them out. They just cease to exist, or I know you can't freeze a cucumber. Sorry, guys, my brain's just running away with this potato paradox now. What was that last cult you started, Ben? Ah, we don't want to go into that again. Hi to all the people watching late. X, we are all missing your potato input. Yeah, but I think from now on, anyone that's watched this show, instead of like watching this show, instead of like putting hashtag replay or rewatch, just put hashtag potato. I want to see how many like. In fact, just this is probably going to get me into trouble with Lou and David. But I just want to see if everyone could just randomly post up on the other dimension, and I'll approve the post. Just put on the group page. Just go on the group page and just put hashtag. I don't know, potato is king or something like that, or hail potato. It's really just so David wonders what the hell is going on the page. Sun-dried tomatoes. Yeah, exactly. Does that same paradox apply? Grapes, then you get raisins. Yeah. But does the weight of the grapes, is that 99%? Does that lower down now? Or it's that thing. This is what ends up happening with my brain, is exactly describing the paradox here with potatoes. My brain for tonight will be thinking of every food that contains a large amount of water. What happens if you dry it out? Does the weight change difference? Is the differential change the same as it was for potato? Hashtag potatoes, loads of potatoes. They're doing it now. Are you on the page?
No, there is a plant paradox diet.
There's just a paradox for everything. That's what makes them interesting. This is like, it's like men have a paradox. And I know I got told off the last time for bringing it up, but it's generally a weird paradox of when your clothes hit the floor, you go to sleep, go to work, the next day your clothes are on the bed, folded up neatly and like washed. Just ignoring me now. But yeah. So guys, that is pretty much coming to the end of the show as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I know I've been rambling like mad. I am sorry if I've just completely confused the hell out of everyone. Oh dear. Sorry, but my brain is a bit still all over the place. Truthfully, it will be for a while. The loss of my grandma was and is still a massive, massive hit. She was a legend of a woman, I'll give her that. But yeah, so if you just bear with me, guys, I'm trying keep it together the best I can, but I might be a bit erratic up and down when my hypernicity is normal. But yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed tonight's show, and we will see you next Friday on the main show. I don't know what we're doing next Friday on the main show. Any ideas? Did we say anything? I can't remember.
No, no, but on to next week at the moment.
Next Friday, we may have a guest. I've got to talk to a few people in the week because we're going to try and get more guests on the show as well. And we'll get that all sorted. But yes, next week's Paradox. Or next week, no, we're having a break from Paradox because I said I'd do them
Every 2 weeks.
every 2 weeks.
Next week's the occult science book.
Yes, going to look back through the occult science books, look at stuff like that. We are marching ahead slowly. The research that I'm doing as well at the minute, for those of you that heard me on Friday, yes, me and a friend are doing mass researches at the minute of how motorways might have inadvertently become new way lines as well due to the energy that is transferred up and down them and the silicon base on the road being able to hold energy, as we know silicon in bricks can do the same. So watch out for that because I will explain that when it comes to it.
And for anyone that didn't catch Friday's show,
Yep.
look out because not this week, but probably the week after, 'cause it'll be half term. Because we have 2 weeks half term. So it'll be down. Halloween baking. Before we come
Yep.
in.
Lou is doing her Halloween baking live,
Yeah, as suggested by Evelyn.
as suggested by Evelyn, our squish. Bless her.
Yeah, so not this week, but the week after. Yeah,
So
Keep an
2
eye.
weeks' time.
it'll be a weekday.
Yeah.
I'll be doing
Weekday event for that one, guys.
it.
Watch it, come support. Lou's going to be cooking live for a one-time only Halloween special. For those of you guys as well, if you have reality TV channel, 28th of October, which is a Saturday, I believe, 10 p.m. I think it's 10 p.m. I don't know why it's on at 10 p.m. The Yorkshire Exorcist is on TV. Watch it. Honestly, guys, it's an interesting show. Trust me, we were there when it was being filmed. Honestly, it's worth a watch. Jesus, the dog's farted. I can smell it from the inside of the room. It just increases with strength. Oh dear, Buster, backside. But yeah, guys, that is it for this week. We hope you've all enjoyed it. Again, bear with me for a little while. In between research, sorting my van out, dealing with life's shit. I am getting research, make sure everything's sorted. I thought it was on Sarah. But yes, so that is it from us this week. Lou, any final words? No. Well, that's it.
Sorry.
It's all right. Guys, be safe. Love you all. Keep as it is. And if you can't do anything